Hey guys, this is Dion again with Nelo Media. I'm just here in this first segment of the installation video just to kind of show you how to attach your temperature sensor bracket to the basket of your subwoofer. Right now I'm using some JB Weld epoxy, and what I want to do is I want to just take a little dab and set it on the very edge of the bracket itself. Uh, the most important thing is to be careful not to cover up the sensor itself, because obviously if you cover up the sensor, it's not going to take a reading, or the reading will be inaccurate. So make sure you kind of have it like that. um, just be careful when applying that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take the bracket and kind of set it in place to where it's the sensor is basically centered in the vent hole, so it can get a kind of focus in on the voice coil itself. So be sure not to have it offset from one side to another. Be sure not to cover the sensor itself or have too much excess where it's covering the sensor and you don't get an accurate reading. Of course, the most important part, this is one of the most important parts of the installation, because the key is to make sure that this stays in position. Um, you know, Obviously, what'll happen is you'll be reading a couple hundred degrees if you're playing, and then all of a sudden the temperature will drop down, and that's indicative of, you know, the sensor detaching from the basket of the sub. In my case, I had to trim a little bit of the bracket off, just a hair of it, for it to fit in between the spokes here. Um, this is a 12-inch sub here. You might have a little more spacing in between where the vent holes are located. So there's a chance that you may have to trim that. I didn't trim off very much, maybe a quarter of an inch. Um, and then also you'll be supplied with this angle bracket here as well, which may work a little better in your basket configuration. So you'll have that flexibility. Um, I use some JB Weld, just two little small tubes of the epoxy, just some small dabs. You don't need very much at all. Um, and the key is to kind of hold it in place, let it dry, let it set up, and so it's secure. So it's going to take a minute or two for it to set, and then once it's set, it should be good to go. And we will get back to you here shortly with some of the other steps in the installation. Thank you.